What is up, guys? Welcome to the channel. This is a random video I came across yesterday when I was chilling out in the park, and I paused it straight away. So I haven't watched it. I've just seen a couple of clips, but I knew I had to make a video on it. It's hilarious. Basically, it's just a story that's as old as time, or as old as divorce laws have been changed. McKenzie Dern, I'm sure she's a feminist. She wanted equal rights and equal lefts, and she got them, and she does not like it. So let's have a look at this. Without further ado, let's listen to what she got to say about the breakup, divorce with their husband. Let's get into this. Very interesting video, this.
Timestamp this, by the way, because we can talk about this as much or not at all if you want. But I did see a comment that you made, one of your fights. You were like, this fight is literally still paying for my separation and my divorce.
Yeah.
Is that something that you still feel like?
I got to pause it already. This woman is already annoying me. You can just tell these are going to have that sisterhood bond automatically teaming up against the man. The truth is not here, not there. It's what they want it to be. And they're going to lie like hell, manipulate like hell, as women know how to do very well, as we all know. And yeah, man, this is going to be a mess. Let's just carry on watching. Sorry I paused it so early, but I had to get that in, get my jabs in.
You're still having to commit so much money to that financial burden and to support him?
Yes, 100%.
It's a financial burden.
It's something that, like, at least living in California, you know, it's a state that it's like, it blows my mind. It blows my mind how, like, basically I
Lefty state, you probably voted for this.
I go to court almost every year because you know, he comes with this, you know, whole map of how my career will be, you know, like, oh, that she's going to win the belt here in a couple years and then she's going to make this money. And it's just like, it's crazy to me how people can just be so, you know, money orientated.
I wonder if he was a multi-millionaire. I'm sure she would have just said, I've got my UFC career. I'm earning 80 grand a fight, you know, taking home after tax and paying all my bills. I'm making about 80k, 90k a year. You've got a 20 mil in the bank. That's just, you just keep that, babe. She wouldn't have come for a dime of it. She wouldn't have come for a dime of it. Do you know what I mean?
About other people's money, you know what I mean?
He goes in there and like projects your earnings?
Yes. Yeah, well, him and his lawyers, right? Yeah, like, okay,
Big
so
brain.
she'll probably win the belt in 2 years or 1 year, and then
I don't think they're saying that, and if they do, they're definitely talking out their back ass.
the people who win the belt, they make about this much money. So, and then I don't have anything to, like, I don't work, and then they say that they don't work, and I don't understand how I'm like trying to work and provide this life for my daughter and like being a mom and taking care of her and doing all this thing, and then I still have to pay him. And I have to pay his lawyers to fight against me. And so I'm like paying his lawyer's fees to get my money. And then I'm paying my lawyer. And then I'm paying him just to be like a dad. You know what I mean? Just like we have
Welcome to
50-50.
being a
So like
man.
he has half the time, I have half the
Welcome
time.
to equality,
and
bitch.
then I pay for like health insurance and all that extra stuff because I make the most money. But he doesn't work at all. You know, like no work. And doesn't have to work because he says that he wants to spend more time with his daughter, so he doesn't, and so he's not obligated to work, you know, and to provide.
So you're funding him not having a job. The state
Yes.
of California is expecting you to
Yes.
fund him not having a job.
Yes, because I have to provide the lifestyle. I have to maintain the lifestyle at my house, at his house. That's my obligation, I guess, for what they say.
Hey, you wanted equality, women, you got it. You want, what is it they say? They want all the benefits of equality without any of the accountability. Women and accountability, man. It is their kryptonite.
Which is crazy to me, so crazy, you know, because I'm like, well, I want to stay more time with her too, you know.
Right.
Accountability to women is literally like Dracula when the sun comes up. No way.
But also too, like who's like we can both. They say technically if I want to and I don't want to work, I don't have to work. So we can both just not work and then
Yeah, Mackenzie,
we'll
just quit your
give
job,
her
be both
that
bums.
type of
Both of you
life,
be
I
bums.
guess, you know.
So the
lifestyle.
alternative is basically,
Move to Skid
if you
Row.
don't want to have to pay for his lawyers,
Yeah.
for him to maintain the lifestyle you had when you guys were together,
Yeah.
because you make more money than him, the court.
I'm a filthy man, but I gotta say, as Joey Diaz says, I bet her crotch smells tremendous in those leather pants. Do you know what as well? Funnily enough, it was actually McKenzie Dern that Joey Diaz was talking about when he said, I bet her crotch smells tremendous. It was actually McKenzie Dern. I genuinely forgot that until I said it. I just had to get that joke in there with the leather pants in like 30 degrees summer weather, or 90 degree over there. Like, do you know what I mean? I bet it smells tremendous in there. not.
Expects you to provide your same lifestyle and he doesn't have to have a job, or the alternative is, okay, you just don't work, he doesn't work, and then you guys just live with whatever's left.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is so.
Wow, she just can't understand like what every man in history, 99.9% of the time, has had to go through.
I've never heard anything like that.
Yeah. And
she's never heard of anything like that. I bet half of her mates are living off their ex-husband's money. I bet she's probably divorced someone and made money off it. Like, what is she talking about? The front on this woman is unbelievable. I mean, I'm gonna lie, Mackenzie's hot. She's hot, but these fake ghetto eyelashes and this attitude and just talking pure smack about her baby daddy, I don't like it.
then they say they just give him like minimum wage. They say, okay, we'll say that you make at least the minimum wage, which he doesn't even make that, you know. And
she just love him putting these jabs. He doesn't even make that, you know. Just wants to shut him down completely. It's like all these women who divorce their husbands. I think it's like the top 100 richest women in the world are all that have that money from either divorce or, you know, being left it in their husband's estate, last testament and will type thing. So it's ridiculous. Absolutely. Look at her face. It's like these bitches literally cannot understand, like, equality. They want all of the benefits, but none of the, do you know what I mean? None of the hardships. They want all the benefits of being a man, but with none of the responsibility. That's it. They want all the benefits, but none of the responsibility. They're like children, man.
yeah, it's just crazy. I think just to get your kid, I'm against like trying to get, I mean, unless you really, really need it, you know, I'm against like getting the state and the government involved in how you raise your kids. You know, I think that should be.
Yeah, I bet you are. And I bet you would be if it was roles reversed and he was making 10 million a year. If he was some NFL player you'd married or some NBA player, I'm sure you'd be walking away, going your own way, not wanting anything, just 50-50 custody. You do your thing, I do mine. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
Something like to help protect kids from, you know, like abuse and things like that, you know. But I think if you can not have the state in the, you know, telling you like, okay, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, it's like, man, I feel like at least my ex, he's a surfer, you know, you can live like such a flexible life. You could be a good co-parent and just be like, you know, I think stability is important for the kid, for the daughter, my daughter. But yeah, just when it gets down to it, you know, to think, I'm like, man, like I carried her 9 months in my belly, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like I protected her enough to get her here to life, you know what I mean? So we separated when she was 3. You know, that's, for me, that's very young.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen this before. It was happening with Holly Holm. They have these like semi-beta male husbands, and then they're around all these alpha fighters all the time, and eventually nature just takes its course. When you're around these fighting men, and then your husband's a bit of a, you know, just an average, maybe slightly beta guy, the women just eventually, it's natural. It's just natural instincts. They want a monkey branch off. They want to get with the other guy. It happens I think it happened with Michelle Watson too. It's just, this is the way it goes, and she's going to make out like it's all his fault. I wouldn't be surprised if it was her cheating, her ruined the relationship. She started getting a bit more famous, thinking she's shit don't smell, don't stink, and all that sort of thing. And she was probably just so difficult to deal with. I don't know, I'm just imagining, but I think it's probably, I reckon she was probably difficult and not easy to get along with. Do you know what I mean?
For him to say like that, he stopped his career as a surfer and that he became a stay-at-home dad. And it's like, I mean, we were kind of like a public couple, you know, so I think anyone who knew us, they knew like how much he was traveling, surfing. And
she's living the lives, like, yeah, these lives are working.
Was paying for everything to help him with his surf competitions and like investing and helping him.
God, yeah.
Obviously, he was
Make it to pay for his surf competitions. She's talking shit. Everyone knows he's a professional surfer. He probably made a ton of money from it, and he probably has some good money saved away, hopefully in his mother's name or his father's name. But the guy was obviously making money. If you're a professional surfer, the word in it, professional, means you get paid. It's not amateur surfing where you pay to enter the competitions. He is getting paid. He probably has sponsors and stuff. He was probably making way more money paying for everything. And then when the baby came along and she started doing better in UFC, he's like, oh, you can take care of things a bit now. And then shit at the fan, she become awkward, probably cheated on him with Anthony Truccoli. who's a bum-ass fighter anyway, will be cut from the UFC soon anyway. She's an absolute fool. And, man,
surfing, you can't
the more she opens her mouth, the less I like her.
like leave a kid on the sand, you know, while you're surfing.
Right.
So who's taking care of her while he's surfing and practicing was me, you know.
So your career was on pause too.
My
Wow, can you imagine that? A mother taking care of her own kid. Shock horror.
career was more on pause than he didn't put his career on pause. He didn't put his career on pause at all. When she was 3 days old, he was traveling.
So there you go. He was obviously making money, and you weren't, because you were pregnant. So you weren't fighting, and you weren't going to be making money after the baby was just born. So, do you know what I mean? It's like he wasn't going around and just doing this for fun. He was making money, and we know this. She's talking absolute lies, and he's not there to defend himself, and he's not going to be getting invited on any podcast to give his rebuttal. This is ridiculous.
For more than a month, almost 2 months, you know what I mean? Which is not a problem at the time. I'm the mom, so I'm breastfeeding. I'm a fighter, you know, so my whole career was on pause for
Congratulations, you were a mother.
1 year, 9 months, and
billions have been
9
before you
plus
for
4,
billions
right?
of
4
years.
months,
Nothing
12 months.
special at all.
My body changed, you know,
It's
it's
the
just
most basic,
like,
normal,
and
natural
I'm
thing in the
paying all
world.
the
There's nothing to
bills.
be
It's
proud
like,
of, in a
you
way.
know, taking my daughter to the gym with me and having like a bottle, so you know my mom can help give the bottle while he's like surfing. You know what I mean? So it's like, and then for the judge to be like, oh yeah, but you gotta pay him and pay his lawyers and then it's just every year it comes back and asks for more money and asks for more money, and I'm like,
you slay,
you want,
King,
and
you
then, so
slay.
the more money I make, every year he can come back and ask for.
And it's the other way around. The girls would be like, you slay, girl, you slay, and all this nonsense they talk. Now it's this way around. They don't like it. Pussycat is milk soured for the pussycat.
Raise the child support, you know, and which is even more crazier to me that he can just keep asking to raise it, you know.
That is wild. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
This little bird brain here, like, I don't know. She probably just imagines that like the money just comes out of thin air when these women are getting payouts and alimony and all this crap. Like, she does look like a complete bird brain, but she must have some idea. But she does seem like such a bird brain. She probably sort of, oh man, this is so funny.
I am infuriated for you, quite frankly, because it's
infuriated.
almost like you're being punished for greater levels of success that you're striving for your
Like all the men have had for all of time. This is really funny. This is eye-opening, isn't it?
yourself, for your daughter. And then the other thing that I think about too is, you know, if it starts out as maintain a lifestyle, well, if you're maintaining that lifestyle for him, why can he continue to raise the bar and demand more money?
Yeah.
Because at that point, it's
Inflation.
obviously, it's not for the child. It's
Prices
to have
are going
extra
up.
income
Money gotta
to
go
use
up.
a different way. If the
The value of
lifestyle's
money's
already
going down.
maintained that you had when you guys were together and you're already fulfilling that, I just don't.
Exactly.
That's like over my head, beyond me.
Exactly.
Over my little bird
But
brain.
there's a conversation that happens on TikTok. Have you seen
she
Sheriff?
got like 2 brain. I can't even listen to more about TikTok. That's enough of this video because it's pissing me off. But man, that is hilarious. Like that little bird brain there. She got about 2 brain cells, and I think one of them just left out the back door. But man, that is absolutely hilarious. And that was, as annoying as it was, it's enjoyable because it's just nice to see, you know, equality across the board, just fairness, that feminism, that true female power on display. We love it. Love it. So if you like this video, give me a like, give me a subscribe, give me a comment in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.